Real combat. Real action. Carnage Media.
But it's time to get down to business, Connor. As my description says today, I do in fact know ball. I went 8-3 this weekend. We'll take that. That's the best of everybody that participates in Carnage Media.
Yeah.
I took the cake this weekend. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Connor, you're probably going to take it back next week, to be completely real with you. I haven't even looked at that card yet because I've been so dialed into this one. But I am a little sad. We might as well get this one out of the way. Get this one out of the way quick. Michael Johnson and Alex Hernandez was pulled off the card on Saturday, on fight day. Suspicious betting lines. I definitely think that's something we're going to see a lot of early.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be the only time this happens. I think the UFC is going to want to kind of set the tone with Paramount and be like, okay, we're not doing this. This is not what we're about. So sad to see, but I think I can honestly say I would rather that fight not take place than the fight take place, somebody lose by some dumb finish in the first round, and then everybody's angry at each other. Don't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But kicking off the prelims, Ty Miller ended up finishing Adam Fugit through a right hook, caught him with a knee just before the end of the first round. Your boy Josh Hookett ended up also getting a knockout. Connor, you want to talk about that one a little bit?
Yeah, that was one of the most lopsided heavyweight fights I think I've ever seen. Talk about a severe gap in skill. Hockey was just better everywhere than Freeman. Freeman gassing out the entire time. I've actually been seeing people say it was a TKO due to middle finger because after he walks away, gives him the middle finger, then Freeman falls down to a knee and they wave it off. So that's going to be the only middle finger finish in the UFC, I'm assuming. So, yeah, no, good for him. Like I said, I knew it was going to be a fight that they were going to get to have him win, have him look good, and show the character that he is, and that's exactly what they got.
And moving on from there, we started off this card with 4 knockouts. You want to get the people invested in this sport, bro? Like that's about as good of a start as you can ask for. But one of my 3 defeats did in fact happen next. Alex Perez, left hook glaried, Charles Johnson. Well, welcome to fighting, right? Like that. Yeah, what else can I say? First round knockout. Definitely excited to see Alex Perez in there again.
Yeah. People doubt him. People forget about Alex Perez. Like I said, he's got losses, but they're against the best flyweights the world has ever seen. Like, he's still got it. I mean, I was happy for him and really happy because I picked it. So I was happy about that one.
I will say, though, Connor, we did both screw up here in this next one. We got to put some respect on the name of Nikita Krylov. Walked away with an overhand right knockout very, very late in the third round. That fight was a lot of fun. I went back and watched some of the highlights from that one this morning, but yeah, I did not see that coming out of Nikita Krylov for sure.
No, well, since he's come back, I think I might have picked him. I didn't pick him to beat Gooskov, but I think when he was going up against Reyes, I was leaning more his way just because I didn't know what he was going to be like since he came back, and then he lost 2 knockouts in the first round in a row. So naturally, I'm not going to pick him to win. And not only does he win, he wins by knockout in a fight that he was winning. Like, if it was like the knockout was, there was 3 seconds left until the end of the fight. If it would have went to the scorecards, he would have won anyway. So, I mean, he dominated, looked good. So Krylov still got it sounds like, and I'm excited to see it.
Definitely. And then moving up through the prelims, the one fight I really thought where I was like, okay, this is not going to go the distance. There's no way. Ended up going the distance. Ateba Gautier, I think that's how you say his name. That's my best guess there. Walked away with the UD victory. Well-deserved in my opinion. But, man, dude, I really thought of any fight on this card, outside of maybe the big boys, this one would have ended in a finish.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was expecting the first round finish just like everybody else was. He landed some big shots, but Poilievre was able to eat those shots and keep going, and it kind of showed that Gautier didn't really know what else to do. He's so used to knocking people out in the first round. Once that didn't happen, he kind of kept what he was doing, throwing a jab a little bit, really powering in with that right hand, and then teeping a little bit. But other than that, he didn't really show too much of an evolution from his other fights. He was getting caught with some body kicks. I mean, I still believe he won. They got that right. He dropped the dude multiple times. He's got that, that crazy one-punch power. But they were talking about it on commentary. Joe Rogan said it a lot. I think this fight, even though he did win, is going to make people want to sign that contract more to fight him. They were struggling to get him opponents because he was, destroying people so quick. But seeing someone like that come in who was way smaller than Gautier too, come in and be able to survive 3 rounds, I think you might get some more matchups coming in for him now.
I definitely agree with that. When you're putting guys face down, ass up, you're not going to have a long line of guys being like, "Hey, I want to fight that guy." So definitely curious to see where the UFC goes with him next. But featured prelim, Umar Nurmagomedov walks away victorious over the former 125 champ Davison Figueiredo, who missed weight.
Yeah, crazy.
I was very surprised to see that Figgy missed weight. I know he was big at 125 for sure, but I thought with this move to 35, I was like, okay, he'll have it dialed in. He made 25. He made it work. I was a little surprised to see that he missed weight, but that didn't matter to Umar. He ended up walking away victorious, and I think the judges got that right.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to say on that fight. It was an Umar fight. I don't really expect Umar to finish anybody anymore. I expect him to do exactly what he did there. So, what's next for him? I know he's going to be calling for a title shot, but dude, you're not really entertaining nobody. Him and Peter Yan would be fun. I do agree it would be fun, but I don't know. There's a lot of it's kind of bunched up with about 3 or 4 guys up there at the top of bantamweight for that title, including the champ. So I think we'll see how they, kind of unfolds. There's obviously, another bantamweight fight we got to talk about later on that'll kind of, shuffle that up a little bit.
For sure. Lots of interesting prospects right now at 135. And before we jump into the main card, I do have to point out we also did not get Ricky Tercios versus Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman fainted, made weight, was walking to exit the stage and fainted. Luckily, he kept all his teeth. Obviously, he couldn't catch himself, but don't like seeing that. Definitely kind of just exposed one of the darker parts of the sport, right? Like weight cutting. Unfortunately, there's really no good way to get rid of weight cutting without putting a ton of capital and effort into it that I don't know if the UFC is really willing to do. So definitely don't like seeing that. Thoughts with Cameron Smotherman. But on a more positive note, moving forward, my boy, Jean Lord Silva, walking away victorious over Arnold Allen. You can call me crazy. I really think I had it 30-27 for Silva. I really do. I think that last little flurry at the end of the first round stole it. I think that was enough because it was a very close first round. And then I had him in 2 and 3 relatively easily.
Yeah, I had it 29-28. I had Arnold Allen in the first. I'm a big Arnold Allen fan, and I think he had the ability to beat Gene Silva. He, what I thought was going to be the difference maker ended up being the difference maker in the other way, if that makes sense. I thought Silva's pressure was going to end up getting him caught in some bad spots, but his pressure actually made Arnold very uncomfortable. He landed a lot of really nice elbows in there, which were, crucial to the damage that he was able to do to Arnold Allen. So, I mean, I think I think he's incredibly corny and incredibly annoying, and I'm not a fan of him, but he's fun to watch. So I always watch him fight, but I really enjoyed that Diego Lopez fight that he had, watching Diego put it on him like that. And he did prove that he can hang, though, because Arnold Allen's a top guy who only had 2 losses in the UFC leading up to that, and that being obviously Max Holloway and then Movsar Evloev, who is an undefeated featherweight. So Silva proved that he can hang. He beat a top guy. I'm not happy about it, but he did it.
So I assume that means you're not super thrilled about him jumping up on Arnold Allen's back and jumping into the air, right?
Oh, dude,
that
no.
wasn't something you're looking for.
Another thing too, I think it was the end of the first round. When he gets that little combo at the end on Allen. They stop. Allen goes to give him, I don't know if he's fist bumping him, whatever, but hey, you caught me good. And then Silva obviously had to have said something because then Arnold pushes him, and then everyone's all mad at Arnold Allen, oh, why you push? Silva said something stupid. that dude's
Oh, he
always
said something wild.
yeah,
for sure.
he's always talking mess, and they were all getting mad at Arnold Allen for that. I was like, man, and then he wants to be at the end and be all cool and cry and nice when literally you jumped on the dude's back. Like, no, get that. I hate that. Get that out of here, dude. Get that out of here.
Not a lot of John Silva fan statements, I guess, in this episode, but I did pick John Silva. I didn't think that he would win like that, I guess. I thought that he would finish Arnold Allen or Arnold Allen would win a decision. So definitely
Allen,
not what I had.
Allen never been finished. I didn't think he was going to get finished. He's keeping that alive. He's never been finished.
True. He's starting to run out of time though, man.
I know.
He needs a big win soon.
It's a shame.
I'd say in this year might make or break Arnold Allen. He's just really missing that, top 5. Like, say, just throwing a name out there because it's what popped into my head. Arnold Allen beats Movsar Yevdoyev when they rematch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he kind of needs, in my opinion. So very curious to see where Arnold Allen goes.
He reminds me a lot of a Corey Sandhagen in that way, an entertaining fighter that's good, but they're so close to that next level, but they can't quite break through. That's what he's always reminded me of, a Corey Sandhagen when it came to that aspect of it.
That makes a ton of sense. And Corey Sandhagen was actually at the fights this weekend. They showed him in the crowd a couple different times. But moving on up, Natalia Silva walked away with a unanimous decision over Rose Namajunas. That's complete and total bullshit. I picked Natalia Silva to win, and I was watching this fight, and I was like, damn, dude, Connor got another one on me. But literally,
I picked Rose. I picked Rose, and I was picking with my heart. She's my favorite female fighter ever. So I'm picking my heart. Everyone's telling me, dude, you're going to get that wrong. I'm watching the fight. I'm like, dude, she's proving everybody wrong. She's proving me right. They're like, Silva hasn't lost in this many years, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, she's about to lose right now. And then they say Rose lost a fight. That's complete. That's wrong. They wanted Silva's ranked so high. They knew if Rose beat her, it's a conspiracy now because my girl lost. If Rose would have beat her, there's their top contender that's ready for the title. That totally gets shut down if Rose beats her. So I feel like the conspiracy, the fix is in. They wanted Silva to be the next title challenger because watch her get a title shot now after beating Rose. I'm going to be so upset about all this.
It's possible, man. Especially, I feel like because Alexa Grasso and Shevchenko have kind of closed their book for now. I would say they fought 3 times. I don't think anybody's really in a hurry to see them fight again. So 25 really kind of needs somebody, and I don't disagree that they might have kind of pushed that a little bit to be like, okay, we need somebody to give to Valentina.
Yeah, they didn't think Rose still had it. She still got it.
Remains to be seen. I also picked with my heart in this fight, and I still thought that she did win. I really did. But moving to the big boys, main card. Waldo Cortez Acosta, Salsa Boy, great nickname as well. Former pitcher in the Cincinnati Reds organization, walked away with a knockout victory over the knockout king himself, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. Connor, I don't really have a ton for this fight, man. Derek Lewis just kind of looked sluggish, I guess would be the right word.
Yeah, I got a little bit to say because I got some people stirred up on social media with this last night. I picked Waldo. I thought it was pretty obvious to pick Waldo. What Derek Lewis is good at is hitting hard. He's slow, he's sloppy, he's not athletic, and he's old. Waldo hits hard, is fast, is athletic, and is younger. I thought it was a no-brainer that he was going to beat Derek Lewis. Everyone's like, nah, the Black Beast all the way. No. And I said something about that last night on social media. I was like, that's a casual pick to pick Derek Lewis. Had a lot of people upset that he was the knockout king. I'm like, no disrespect to heavyweights, but if you're going to get knockouts, it's going to be at heavyweight. So it made sense that I thought it was obvious that Waldo was going to win. He did win. Derek looked like his heart was not in it. He ends up like slipping, falling down, then just staying there and gets TKO'd. I was like, it was sad to watch, but I was happy because I like Waldo. I think he's very entertaining. I think he's good, and I think he is that level of guy to challenge for a title. So he's definitely up there whether that's next. I know they got to sort out the whole Cyril Gahn, Tom Aspinall situation, but whether he's next in line or if he gets a fight against, say, a Curtis Blades or something like that would be fun to watch as well. But watch out, Waldo Cortez Acosta, man. Watch out. He's been on a run, and I think he has all the ability to be a heavyweight champion.
I agree with that, man. Heavyweight kind of needs respect to Tom Aspinall, but I feel like he could be what heavyweight's kind of looking for. He's fast, he's athletic, powerful. We said the same things about Tom Aspinall.
Exactly.
And we only got one round of him and Cyril Gahn, but I didn't really see big, fast, athletic Tom Aspinall in that one round. Granted, that's, like I said, a small sample size. I get it. But Waldo Cortez Acosta could be, in a year's time, we could be like, all right, this dude's one of the most athletically gifted heavyweights of all time.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Like, you look at them top guys at heavyweight, it's them athletic guys. Like, obviously, Tom Aspinall, we talked about Waldo, and then Cyril Gahn is a huge athletic heavyweight that gave Tom Aspinall trouble. Aspinall hasn't had to fight, another really athletic guy like that. So maybe that is the key to what, can get it done against Tom Aspinall. But there's a lot to do at heavyweight right now. But I think Waldo should be next, if not next. He should be up right there. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Absolutely. And we got a little bit more clarity. We've talked about the bantamweights a little bit. Sean O'Malley ended up making some adjustments to put away Song Yadong. I say put away, but he ended up walking away with a unanimous decision. Good. Shout out first, before we get into this fight, shout out to Tim Welch. Tim Welch, Sean O'Malley's head coach, made good adjustments.
Yes.
I feel like that's something we haven't necessarily seen from Sean in the past. Granted, how the hell are you supposed to make adjustments on Rob? Like,
that is true.
Like, that's just an absolutely impossible task. But looking at this fight, Song kind of put it on him in the first round, and then Sean ended up walking away.
Yeah, the way I thought Sean was going to win is, what I thought he was going to do is exactly what he did in the third. I just thought he was going to pick that up a little sooner. That's, staying at that range, kind of picking him apart from range. Song was able to get inside, work some grappling, laying some good shots of his own too. So I was a little nervous going into it, but I knew if Sean could get the third, he could win the fight. And obviously he was able to incorporate that Sean O'Malley style. But yeah, the Tim Welch thing too, him being able to get Sean to adjust, because I'm so used to, him fighting Merab and getting dominated by Merab for 3 rounds and going to the corner, and Tim Welch is like, good, Shug, you're doing good. Like, is he doing good? Because he's getting dominated. So for them to actually, be able to switch it over and make those adjustments to get the win, it was impressive by Sean O'Malley, but I still think it showed a lot of holes in his game, holes that I think would make him lose to Petr Yan in a rematch, holes that I think would make him lose to Merab, obviously, again, and holes that I think would make him lose to Umar Nurmagomedov if they set that up. I don't think any of those fights are good for Sean O'Malley. I know he wants a title shot. I say just pull the trigger and do him and Corey Sandhagen. Everybody wants to see it. Just please do it. Just do it. We want to see it. It's going to be fun. Corey was there, called for it, said, I want Sean O'Malley. Make it happen. Go ahead and run Petr Merab again if you want, and make Umar fight whoever. I don't care what Umar does. I don't see Umar Nurmagomedov on the card and be like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch Umar. So it's they can do whatever they want with him. But yeah, there's a lot to work out there, but I don't think Sean wants any of those top guys. He's just not built to fight those 3. I think it's like a 3-headed monster for him that he doesn't want to fight. So I say make the fun fight and have him versus Corey Sandhagen.
You say there's a lot going on up there, but I'll go ahead and clear it up right now for you. This will be really easy. Like you said, you run back Merab and Petr Yan. That makes a lot of sense to me. They're 1-1 against each other. Might as well give us the trilogy. That's an easy pay-per-view headliner. I say pay-per-view, numbered event headliner. You know what you do with Umar? You shelve him.
I was going to say, I can't think of a matchup, so yeah.
Yeah, who's he going to fight, realistically? There's nobody up there where I'm like, yeah, Umar should fight that guy, bro. I would love to see that. It just doesn't exist. And I think him and Petr Yan would be fun, but it's just, I want to see him and Merab first.
Yeah,
so
it would be fun on the part of Petr Yan too.
And then for the co-main event of that bantamweight fight, you do Sean and Corey. That's easy. two super explosive bantamweights. They're going to stand and bang.
I just can't believe that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, right? Like, this is a fight. People talk about wanting to see Michael Venom Page and Stephen Thompson. You don't want to see that. Those guys aren't going to touch each other. Sean and Corey are going to hit each other.
Yeah,
like that's a very, very different fight, in my opinion.
Yes.
So that's what I think should happen. That's easy.
I like that.
It's in your corner, Dana. Hunter Campbell. Come on now. But main event, my boy, proud American, Justin the Highlight Gaethje, beat the shit out of Paddy Pimblett for 5 rounds, basically.
He did. Oh my God.
Before we get too far into this, shout out Paddy Pimblett. He told us when he first got to the UFC, Scousers don't get knocked out. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, dude, wait until you fight a Justin Gaethje. That guy got knocked down 3 times, ate so many right hands, stayed standing through it all. So I'll give it to him. Definitely wore it after the fight. Did not look great, but he did take the beating. He made it work. First UFC losses to one of the all-time greats, so you can't ding him too much for that. On the flip side of this praise here, why in the heck? Who is game planning for Justin Gaethje outside of Ilya Topuria? Because that's different. Who is game planning for Justin Gaethje and is like, yeah, man, I want to stand and bang with that guy. I want to block punches with my face against that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I ranted about both of these guys of why I don't like that fight. And there's so much more to rant about after the fight. I talked about Paddy being so undeserving, and the UFC was throwing him up to the top because they wanted him to be a star. And, well, you shot him up to the top too soon because he got the crap beat out of him by Justin Gaethje. He comes in to fight Justin Gaethje, notable, great striker, hard hitter, wild fighter, stands chin here, hands down by his waist. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be smart against Justin Gaethje. Didn't try to grapple with him at all. Like, I'm like, dude, you're going to get – he got punched up. He did. He should have got finished multiple times. But, I mean, he had – the only success he had some strike success where because Gaethje always dips his head. He'd catch that uppercut when Gaethje would dip his head. But other than that, like, I mean, he got, like I said, he got skyrocketed. He got fast-tracked to the top way too soon. He did not deserve the title shot because of reasons just like that. He was calling out fighting Ilya. If Gaethje does that to you, imagine what Ilya Topuria would do to you. Like, it's not even – it would be a massacre what Ilya would do to him. It wouldn't last that long. It wouldn't even need to be a massacre. Actually, it would just be a one-and-done, put him out type of thing. So, I mean, it was cool to see Gaethje win. And I was talking about this in the group chat with some of my friends. I was like, if you ever need a guy to be that number 2 guy to win the number 2 title, you call Justin Gaethje. 2 interim titles, a BMF title. But when it comes to that world title, man, he hasn't gotten it. He isn't going to get it because now if they set up him and Ilya Topuria, I mean, come on. Ilya will knock out Justin Gaethje. Ilya will knock out Paddy Pimblett. I still think Arman Tsarukyan beats both of those guys. I just feel my heart wasn't in that fight because I didn't feel it made sense and I didn't feel it mattered because it wasn't the number 1 or the number 2 guy fighting for a title. It was like the number 4, the number 5 guy fighting for the number 2 title. Like, none of it made sense to me. It was obviously it was a fun fight to watch. I've been saying that. I know I crapped all over the fight, but I said it was going to be fun. It was fun. I enjoyed watching it. But then again, it was like just not, it wasn't the 2 best guys going at it for a title. And I just, like I said, I don't see anything good happening to them from here because obviously they got to do Justin and Ilya. You would assume if Ilya comes back, I know my hot take of the year was Ilya would never fight again. So even if he doesn't fight again, then you got to think it's Justin versus Arman, and I think Arman wins that fight too. So it's kind of all roads lead to a loss for Justin Gaethje. I feel at this point, Paddy needs to take a step back. I would like to see him fight the winner of Dan Hooker and Benoit Saint-Denis. I think would be the best step backwards, but still top guy for Paddy Pimblett.
Definitely. I agree with most of that. And you talked about that fight being exciting. That is exactly the kind of fight you want to kick off the Paramount.
Yeah.
You had a lot of people watching that fight, man. Paramount's an easy way. I saw people who, like, I know nothing about fighting.
Me too.
Posting on their posting on their Instagram stories like, oh, watching the UFC. I was like,
oh, Paddy fight night. I'm like, what?
Yeah, congratulations, dude. I've been trying to tell you this for
Yeah.
5 years now, but we can move on
Yeah.
from that.
Which is, I get that's
Um,
why they booked it though, because they knew they needed a big fight in the main
yes.
event. So obviously, Patty and Gaethje's gonna be more entertaining than say Armin and someone else. I get that. I need to quit being so into the rankings because why would the rankings make sense? Why even have them at this point? But it was a fun fight. It's what they needed. Paramount got what they wanted. So
Right. Right. And looking forward, we're just going to touch on this really quick. We have another numbered show. I couldn't tell you the last time the UFC did numbered
yeah,
shows in back-to-back weeks, but they will be traveling to New South Wales, Sydney, Australia next weekend for UFC 325. Volkanovski versus Lopez, too. We'll just kind of rip through this real quick. We got some road to the UFC fights, the tournament championships to kick off the show. Some names that jump out to me. You have American hero Torres Finney.
yeah.
Somehow still employed Junior Taffa. Coming off a crazy head kick knockout. Quillen Salkid? Is that how you say that? He head kicked some dude into oblivion last summer. That was on my time. That was in Qatar. So I was sitting in my apartment watching that. Damn, dude. That guy got it. He got it. But in the co-main event, everybody's favorite fighter. If you don't like watching Dan Hooker fight, you don't like watching fighting, in my opinion. Dan Hooker, Benoit Saint-Denis. This is a great co-main event. Connor, who do you have?
That's tough because obviously we all love Dan Hooker, but I put him in the same boat as Justin Gaethje. He's good at one thing, and Benoit Saint-Denis has shown that he's good at more than one thing. But at the same time, I could see Benoit getting, wrapped up into the let's have a slugfest with Dan Hooker, kind of like he did with Dustin Poirier, and we saw how that went. So that one's tough. I think I would lean more Benoit on this one, honestly. I just think he has more ways of victory than Dan Hooker does with the, the wrestling and the grappling. I don't think Dan can't grapple at all. It is rough.
No.
So I think I would lean more Benoit Saint-Denis on this one. Especially if he wants to keep that run going to reach the top, he needs to be more smart with his fights, which he's been doing a lot lately.
I agree. I was actually going to make that point too about Benoit Saint-Denis needing to kind of start stacking up some wins.
Yeah.
Two great guys though. Benoit Saint-Denis, former French Special Forces, transitioned to MMA, 16-3, and then, like I said, your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, Dan the Hangman Hooker. I'm just with you, Connor. Benoit just has so many more ways to win. We've never, all due respect to Dan Hooker, has done a lot for the sport, put on a lot of good fights, but I just don't, especially if BSD decides to wrestle, there's just no way to victory. So it's with a heavy heart. I have to pick Benoit Saint-Denis. But last fight that we're going to call, I promise we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander Volkanovski defends his title once again against Diego Lopez. Rematch from their last fight. Volk ended up walking away with a unanimous decision there. Connor, who do you have?
Again, another fight that I'm not going to look at the rankings about because, again, this one doesn't make the most sense in my eyes, but I'm not going to even talk about it because nobody wants to hear me complain about that again. This fight, I think it's very fun. The first one, absolute banger fight. I love Volk. Can he do it twice? Diego, he came back, beat Gene Silva, so obviously I loved him for that. That was a great, dominated Silva in that fight, and got the finish there. So he's riding that momentum. This one, I'm so torn on this one. I think the safe money is on Volkanovski just because he can get it done because he's gotten it done already against Diego. He's one of the best, if not the best fighters, one of the best fighters ever and the best featherweight. So I think it's safe to say Volkanovski, but I would not be surprised at all if we saw a Diego Lopez slugfest decision win over Volk, or if he would he'd have to catch something crazy because we know Volk can get caught, but it has to be something crazy. And the way Lopez fought him the first time was it wasn't anything that Volk hasn't seen before. Volk's fought the best guys in the world. Lopez is good, but he wasn't on that level yet. I feel like this one will be a little more competitive than the last one, but I'm still going to go with Volkanovski to probably retain his belt. I could see myself totally switching this by the end of the week. But right now, I'm gonna rock with Volk as of this moment in time.
I'm going to go against you here. I hate doing it. I don't like picking against Volk. And the only reason I'm doing it, I don't necessarily think Diego Lopez is better than Alexander Volkanovski. But it seems to be MMA math, which MMA math, take it with a grain of salt, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I really think people struggle to beat somebody twice.
I know,
generally
man.
speaking.
I know.
Guys have a hard time going 2-0 against
hard.
somebody.
But if anyone can do it, it's Volk, who beat Max Holloway 3 times.
Holloway 4 times. Yeah, I hear you there for sure as a Max Holloway super fan.
Yeah.
But dude, I can't do it. It sucks to say that Volk's going to lose at home, but either way, I think he retires. I think this is probably the last time we'll see Volk. If he loses, for sure.
Yes,
for sure
yes. If he loses, yes. But if he wins, have they announced? I'm gonna look right now. Lerone Murphy, is it him and Mobzar supposed to fight? Is that, I saw rumors. I don't know if that was official or not.
I don't know if it's official or not, but yes, those have been going around. I could definitely, if he sticks around for one more fight, it would be to fight the winner of that fight.
The winner of that, yes, which I believe would be Mobzar, who then, my other prediction for the year that I had was Mobzar ends the year as the featherweight champion. It's all lining up. But, yeah, I could see him. Definitely, if he loses Diego, I could see that being it. Especially getting to retire in front of his home people would make sense. But if he wins, I wouldn't be surprised at a retirement if he wins, but he has talked about the want and the excitement to fight guys like Mobzar, guys like Lerone Murphy. So I could see him sticking around for one more, but 2 at most. 2 more fights, this one and 1 more at most.
I think by the end of the year, Volk will probably be done. I think that's a safe bet, I feel like.
I agree. Yes, I agree.